Gotta run through the every division real quick, just get a look at the standings. I know, like, both podcasts that have come out recently, all three of them really have talked about this. Steelers, one of the shocking teams of the year so far. 7-0, leading the division. The Bengals are just kind of, they're free falling. I wouldn't say that, but I just did. Definitely living up to the expectations. Like, I think Dave's kind of put it best in his Ramlet Rundown episode 4. They're getting stale. Like, they were already a team that they didn't have any really big missing pieces based off of the roster when we started the league. And now, at this point, basically all they've had to do is draft to basically stay in the same state. There wasn't anything they needed to improve. And now we're at the point to where everyone who has been drafting to improve, we're seeing that talent level kind of surpass what the Bengals have had. So the Bengals from here on out are going to have to find ways to make that roster better or improve pieces that they've lost over the years. I know Andy Dalton is getting old. They've drafted a quarterback in this past draft to hopefully take the reins over from him. But right now, the Bengals are going to have to really stay on top of their drafting, how they build their roster if they really want to stay in the league. And right now, it looks like they're falling behind a bit. Like, the Steelers have always been the perpetual second-place team in this division, and now they're undefeated. They swept the Bengals. Like, come on. Yeah, Ravens, Browns, they suck. They're CPU. What the fuck do you expect? Moving on. AFC South. Another undefeated team, the Colts. Out of fucking nowhere this year. Like, they came in last year. They played pretty strong. They were one of those, like, last teams eliminated. I think they were, like, I believe 7th or 8th. It was like me and him that were on the outside looking in when it was all said and done in 2017. Now, he ended up finishing 3rd. Jags and Blues both made the playoffs, and Jags made it to the Super Bowl for the AFC. Not sure when the Blues got knocked out. Honestly, don't remember it. But both these teams, also like the Bengals, kind of slacking a bit. Super Bowl hangover much for the Jags? Like, down to 4-3? Like, come on. There's still time for them to get their shit together, just like the Bengals, but not what you expect. You also don't expect the Colts, but hey, shit happens. The Blues, I don't know. Looks like Mariota's going to be out for 3 weeks, and he was a big part of their offense. I know I played them. We pulled off an upset victory because they were starting Ryan Mallett, and we were able to hold that offense to just 17 points. So, things like that. I mean, you look at their offensive scoring, though. 247 points scored through 8 games. It's about what, 30 points a game? Little, quick to the Steelers, they've only scored 188. That's not that's not even 30 a game. That's maybe, what's this? What's 190 over 7? I'm trying to do mental math. Just bear with me. It's probably about 24 points a game. 25 maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Closer to 26. Anyway, Blues got the offense, even with Mallett in. I don't know how much of that actually has been, a dip in production from when Mariota was in the beginning of the season compared to Mallett now. Honestly, I have to look at their schedules, and I'll probably get to that later in this video, but whatever. Big thing though, the Blues though, I'm seeing, look at the points allowed compared to everyone. But that doesn't matter. See, the Colts at 124 and 137. And then the Blues at 202. Like, someone needs to step up on that defense. For real, guys. Get shit together. Moving on to my AFC East. Again, this is an interesting division race. Maybe the tightest one we're going to have in the AFC this year. Look at this shit. 5-3 Dolphins. Fuck yeah. 5-3 Patriots. Fuck no. 5-3 Bills. Fuck no. Now, here's the thing. I've played the Patriots once, and once we advance to Week 10, I'll play them again. The big issue we're having right now is Marv. Patriots owner. Wake the fuck up. Seriously, we're worried that he got hit by a bus or some shit. It's not in the group chat, and right now it's at the point where if he doesn't respond today, he's gone. And if he's gone, it's back to me and the Bills being the only relevant teams. So Patriots, I mean, in all likelihood, if Marv doesn't show up, I'm playing CPU next week. Should be easy. I mean, look at this. They're 5-3. They have a negative point differential. They're like 18 points down. It's not the worst thing ever, but you know what that tells you for any team that's with that situation is that when they're winning, they're just barely winning, and when they're losing, they're getting blown out. On the other hand, you look at the Bills. They're 5-3. They've got like 92 points more on 92 more points on offense than I do. Do the same amount of games. Defense is the exact same. So defense, we're only giving up just a hair under 20 points a game, me and the Bills. But holy fuck, he's outscoring me by a mile. And his offense is really good. It's a complete spread game. They've got all sorts of different receivers. They've got Javier Keith and J.J. Nelson, who've been the speed threats forever. And were at one point the best wide receiver duo in the league. You couldn't question it. Charles Clay, guys like that who are more possession type guys, so they can attack you in the short game. But like they got Nile Davis, serviceable running back. They just don't use him. And then Jamie Mack, the rookie QB, is playing out of his fucking mind. Now, two of these losses for the Bills are honestly the team that scares me the most in this division right now. Obviously, Patriots might be out, so they won't scare anyone if they're CPU. Bills, though, that's an interesting one. The Bills, I don't know what their third loss is to, but I know that one of them is to me, because we are destined to split that series, and we already did again. The other one was like 45-42 to the Packers. The Packers are undefeated. If you can take the Packers to a 3-point game, like, you gotta respect and fear that a little bit if you're on their schedule. I don't have to play them again this year, thank fucking God, but I mean, what that tells me is that I need to get my shit together because I still haven't played the Packers. That's almost like a guaranteed loss for this point. So, luckily for me, it's looking like I'm going to be 6-3 after week 10 because the Patriots probably going CPU. And I know I finished this year off with like a 4-game CPU team streak. I also have the Vikings thrown in somewhere. I don't know. Like I think my next 4 games, it's like Patriots, Packers, Vikings, Bears. Like I get all my NFC teams all at once. And I might be mixing the Vikings with the Jets because I do know I have to play them this year, obviously. But still, I have to play Packers and the Bears in my next 4 games. If I can take one of those games, I'll be happy. But in all likelihood, I really don't expect me to take either. So it's looking like it was going to come down to the Bills and the Dolphins again. I'm in a good position this year. Like I said, I know I have at least five, probably 6 more CPU games on my schedule. So if I can, not be a fucking idiot, that's an 11-win season at least. So will that be enough to get me by the Bills? I hope so, but I wouldn't count on it. They're a strong team. Moving on. AFC West. Oh, this division. Remember what I was just saying about negative point differentials? It's not as bad. It's like 18 points again, but this is such a weird division. This isn't your strongest one at all. The Broncos, though, I don't know what's going on over here. Positive potential for a 3-5 team. It's like the exact opposite of what I was talking about earlier. Like this is the team that won the division last year, and they've basically just been trading it that spot throughout the entire time we've been here. But like you just won the division. How the hell are you 3-5? Get it together. And Chiefs and Chargers don't matter, but the Chargers are a fucking bitch because I don't know why, but every time I play them, they either injure Tannehill or they take or they're an annoying ass team. The hardest game you'll win. But yeah, the Raiders win this division. I mean, they've got good pieces on both sides of the ball. We all know they invested in corners early in the league. But the Broncos, I don't get it. They've got a good receiving core. They got Russell Wilson. Maybe their defense is getting old now with Harris, Talib, and all them. But still, like, there's still enough talent on that roster to where you shouldn't be at 3-5. They need to have at least one more win. I'm staying on them. Like, do I expect the Raiders to take this in the end? Yeah, I do. Moving on, NFC. Oh boy. Hey boy, Packers. And I'm sorry, man. I don't know why, but I woke up this morning. My nose started like crazy. I'm not even sick or anything. It just happened. Again, point differential. 353. Have you seen anyone even top 300 yet? I don't think they have. That offense is fucking insane. Only 116 points on defense. Like, there's no wonder why this team won 2 Super Bowls in a row. And right now, it's not looking like anyone's going to step up and stop them. No, I will give them this, though. I'll give the Bears this. I know Dave called them out in his rundown about how the Bears need to, they need to beat the team to beat the Packers because they played them more than anybody. I mean, before the Packers played their 8th game, though, we haven't even seen Bears play game number 8. Like, they're only 1 game back. If the Packers stumble at all, the Bears could still have a shot at this division. You know, like, when we get to the postseason, I expect Chicago to be in there. I mean, in all likelihood, it'll be a wild card because at this point, it's more likely that the Bears drop another game than it is the Packers drop a game. But they're both still really good teams. And if the Bears were in any other division, they'd probably be on top of it right now. Like, they got a new QB, they got Teddy Gilbert. He's not the fastest guy ever, but he's got like high 80 speed, so you know he can move. And the Bears have always liked to use a pocket. They've always liked to use a passer like that. I know they were stuck with Brock Osweiler for a little bit, and you just didn't hear much out of Chicago during that time. But now they're making noise. They're 6-1, and if they were, like I said, any other division, this would be one of the best teams in the NFL. But they got the Packers sitting right there on top of them with their perfect undefeated ass. So hey, you gotta deal with it. There's a bit of truth to what Dave was saying in his rundown. For the Bears, you gotta do something in the playoffs. Whether you get it in as a wild card or somehow take the division from Green Bay, you gotta do something with it. Like, this is a year where I think if they don't make it at least to the championship game, people are gonna be disappointed with them. If they weren't already. Just my 2 cents. But then, what the fuck do I know about the NFC? Yeah. NFC South. This is the first time we get to a division where a CPU team is beating out a user team in the division because the Panthers are new as shit. No more Falcons because R.I.P. Meekle. The Panthers, though, this dude's new to Madden 16. He knows he's getting his game better. And he didn't really get the best setup because Newton got injured, missed some time. But the Bucks, oh boy, 7-1. But look at this, 275 points. So the offense isn't as explosive as the Packers, but their defense is even better. DeAndre Mount, Jamarcus Blue, maybe the best 2 Packers in the league right now outside of Carlos Dunlap. Like, I felt that wrath last year, and if you fall behind to the Bucks, just throw it in. You're not getting back in front of them. It's gonna be a while before the Panthers can challenge them because, like, honestly, I think right now it's just the gap in user skill is just too big for them to overcome in a season or two. Like, the Panthers roster is sort of built. I do worry about them in the fact that while he's getting better at Madden, that roster is gonna get old, and he's gonna have to start replacing pieces that are already in their prime. And by that time, with how the Bucks have been drafting, like, that team isn't going anywhere anytime soon. They have every starter set, it seems like, for the next 10 years. NFC East, another 3-team division. Also, can we just take a moment? Lol, Cowboys. 0-8. Fuck y'all. Let's go bottom up. Giants, 3-5. They were one of the most, like, I feel like the Rams, who we'll get to in a minute, and Giants are like 2 most active teams in the offseason. The Rams are the big free agent guys. The Giants were the big draft guys. They traded back in the first round, stockpiled a fuck ton of picks. Like, they offloaded Odell Beckham whenever they first joined last year. Sent him to Arizona, got picks. Now, they traded off a lot of their talent, they got more picks. They traded Jimmy Newton, the Steelers, got picks. Now they're starting Geno Smith for the 2nd year in a row. I mean, they're committed to that long-term rebuild. It's not showing up on the win-loss sheet, and I feel like they still have a lot of stopgap players on that team, but I like the strategy. It's a team that needed to get rebuilt because No one have been controlling the Giants beforehand. And, give them 2 years, and we can easily see them challenging the Redskins and the Eagles. Now, Redskins, I like what they're doing. They're a good team. They've got a decent defense, not like the best in the league or anything, but they know how to play. The offense is good. They got Jordan Reed to abuse the ever-loving shit out of your linebackers. They've got I can't remember the guy's name, but they got this Joey Lane, speedy wide receiver. So they got their deep threat, even though they don't. Ryan Baker, their QB, they drafted him. He's not the best deep passer, but like the threat's still there. But like they can basically do a little bit of everything on offense, like me. I think their run game's a little bit hampered by the fact that Calvin Winston, their second-year guy, is injured, and they're stuck with Shady McCoy, who I'm pretty sure is like 30 at this point. And for a running back like McCoy, when you hit 30, you're done. Like, your speed's going to nosedive at some point, and then you're useless. That's why, for me, like Lacey, I know he's like 28, but I'm not worried because Lacey doesn't need to be fast. As long as I can keep him in the 80s, he's going to be fine. Then we get to the Eagles. 6-2. Point differential's a little bit worse. Their games are being played a little bit closer. But I like what the Eagles do. You know, if you've played the Eagles, you know what their number one play on offense is. PA halfback swing. They traded out. They got. Remember, I believe I played them in either the first or second season of this league, and they were running that with like Darren Sproles and Ryan Matthews, and those two were like the leading receivers on the team. Now they're doing it with Malik Lee and Franklin Ellison, or I believe this is what his name is. They got Lee from the Bucks, and he's had a monster season so far. Really underrated guy. He's got like 100 carries or so for 600 something yards. Like he's getting 6 yards a carry. Touchdowns aren't all there, but they're getting points. They're winning games. Good on you, Philadelphia. I mean, I know I expressed concerns last year when I did my season preview that their secondary is getting a little old. It has been pretty good though. I don't know what pieces they've replaced, if any. I'll have to do a roster check. But yeah, they're playing pretty well. They got Mark Herrick, drafted him in the first round, and he's had his share of rookie mistakes. But I mean, I think he's definitely a better QB to go with through your franchise than Robert Griffin III. You basically turned into a stopgap QB for him last year. He played well, but like he wasn't gonna be in like MVP contention or anything like that. So I think they made the smart decision to go forward with Herrick, even though at this point he's maybe a little bit of a worse QB than Griffin. Give him a year, give him 2 years, he'll be better. And besides, you got to keep up with Ryan Baker in Washington, and the Giants are gonna have to get their own QB. Right now, what you're seeing in this team, I think development-wise, Redskins are the farthest along. Eagles are pretty close behind them, though. Giants, they're starting that process. It's going to take them a year or two to really get into the mix of things in the East. Last division, NFC West. How about the Rams? Really active in free agent. They went out and got Clowney, a lot of other top-end players. And now they're 7-1. Cardinals are the real shocker in this division. Get your shit together, Cardinals. You traded for like every top-end talent in the league. Like your team looks like some motherfucker who put in $100 into Paxton Ultimate Team. Like, win more than 4 games, damn it. Like they're not closing out against opponents. Like just come on, get it together. Seahawks though 7-1. Honestly, I think I still expect the Seahawks to take the division. They're all Rams are still. Yeah, the Rams are the Seahawks, but I'm more worried about the other games. Right now, the Rams have only had one user win. They've had a very, very backloaded schedule. And by what I mean is, all of their user games are about to come up. They have like a streak where they play 7 in a row. And are they going to make it out of there unscathed? Hell no. Hell no. They've had an easy schedule so far. If they can go like 3-4 through that stretch, though, I mean, look at that. That'll give them at least 10 wins for the year. Like it's going to be really interesting watching the Rams going forward. I know a lot of people are thinking they're like the Giants in that they still need to rebuild the team. They're still early in the process, and they probably are. but you can, if you know what you're doing in Madden, you can beat CPU teams with the rosters not only built. He had to do everyone in the first show, but if he has improved his game to the point where he can take, I say, 3-user games, he's got a realistic shot at the playoffs. Like, it would be the fastest year 2 turnaround for any team. I expect Seattle to take that division. I think if you get to 11 games, it'll probably be enough. And I think Seattle can do that. They played more users. They came out on top in more games. Yes, Seahawks' one loss is to the Rams, so it'll be interesting that dynamic. Could we see like a potential Bills Dolphins thing where they're gonna like split the series every year? I hope so. It'd be fun to watch. Anyway, it's not for every team. Like I said though, Cardinals, get your shit together. So yeah, let's go into some stats, some team stats. I want to hit on every team's biggest strength and every team's biggest weakness. That's why I'm here. So, let's go do this side division again. Yeah. Okay. Steelers, I think, biggest strength for them right now, probably their defense. Yeah. Definitely the defense. Rushing defense is crazy. Look at that. 318 yards allowed through 7 games. That's not even 50 a game. That's insane. Turnover. 105. That's pretty damn good defense for the Steelers. You go to the Bengals side. On offense, I know like the Bengals, I don't know. They're basically mirroring the Steelers almost perfectly. A little bit more emphasis on the pass, but yeah, whatever. Not what we expected from the Steelers if you remember them from Madden 25, but whatever. See her. Red zone efficiency for the Bengals. They don't have a big strength that sticks out. Like their defensive red zone percentage is pretty bad, worse than their division. I'm honestly surprised the Ravens are doing that. But, penalties, okay, come on. We're not doing penalties. Yeah. I think the Bengals' biggest strength right now, though, it's their passing game. I don't know how the hell the Browns are on top of them for this. Oh, okay, that's how. They played another game already. But, they still got Dalton. They've got A.J. Green. They've got pieces on that offense to work with. And if they transition to that rookie QB in his second year or so, they can keep without a hitch. AFC South. Oh, man. I think I could just get offense in general for the Blues. 25 passing TDs between Mariota and Mallett. I think Mallett actually had like a 6 TD game in week 7. Pretty crazy. I'm pretty sure it was CPU, but yeah. The points per game, though, they're behind the Jags and the Colts. So that's a bit of an issue. They don't run the ball that much. They do pass the shit out of it, though. Like, their passing game is the biggest strength on this team right now. Yeah. You gotta see. Defense-wise, Jags have always had a solid defense. Like, they're not going to give up a lot of points. Their rush defense is amazing. Although the Jags this year, I don't know. I think their rushing offense might be the rushing-wise on both sides. They're just really good. If you can't tell already, like I have not planned this out. Like I'm just kind of winging it based off what I'm looking at right now for the first time. I'm honestly not sure if I want to say that the Jags rushing offense or defense is better. They're both really good. Like they got good turnover differential and all that. Look at this though; they're almost at 1,000 yards though through 7 games. Like they're on pace to have 2,000-yard rushing offense. Whereas on defense, I'm going with the rushing offense. And this is why. Colts have only given up 386 through 8 games. Like they're just like the Steelers in that regard. They're really good. They're also ball hawking the shit out of fools. Like damn. Colts offense though. I don't know. It's a little bit worse than the Jags. The Jags made some moves. They got LaMarcus Preston. They got a very interesting receiving core. Yeah. But the Colts, I think their biggest strength right now is third down. Look at this. They're converting 68%. You want to compare this to the rest of the league? They're leading it. It's the strongest part of their team. You can't question that. So that's a big reason why they're 8-0. Third down, you're not gonna get the field. They're gonna keep scoring on you. It's why they're averaging 31.5 a game. Moving on to my AFC East to be going to the Bills. Offense for them, of course. Did you expect anything else? Come on. They've definitely got more balance. The rushing game's good for them. Let's see though. The Bills, I like what they're doing in their rush defense. Like, I don't think I got Lacey going at all against them in either game really. The first one I did win, it was because my defense forced 2 fumbles and returned them touchdowns like in the 2-minute warning. It's something crazy like that. Strongest area on the Bills is honestly their rush defense. Their passing game, it's a close second, but I mean, they tried to balance out their offense more. It's worked, but that also means that it's not, they're. It means that they're not like the biggest, that I don't know. They're not going to be passing as much. It's not going to stand out as much. That's all I'm saying there. Patriots, biggest thing for them. And I honestly don't know if they have one. This is going to be a hard one to find out. Like, no pass rush, decent interceptions, decent defense, decent third down conversions. Like, they don't have a big strength, which is what I'm seeing. Yeah. This is a tricky one. Like, turnover difference is negative. Patriots' biggest, they have to go with their passing game. I mean, they have to play 2 QBs too, like Chicago. And you didn't do much. Be enough, like, team, they can so much. Numbers going to be down, but team-wise, their passing game's still good. Like, they can run it with either QB, Parker Hudson, or Kevin Lewis. And still have it be effective. For my Dolphins, oh, man. I know what my strongest area has been. It's my defense. It is my secondary. Like, they've been playing so well. I got Zach Thomas in the draft, and it's freaking amazing. I want to look at all this. Okay, Packers. I'm gonna exclude every game that's only played 7 teams because we don't know, how much they're gonna give up in Game 8. So Packers, Bucks, Rams, Vikings. Oh, okay. Like, it's a decent. The interceptions are not, but they make a lot of plays on 80 them too. Like, if you watch the Blues game, that game ended because it was 24-7. Blues are driving down through a drag route and tackle the sealing the game. Like, secondary tackling is improved, but I don't want to say something that cliche like secondary tackling. Me personally, I've been impressed with my secondary more than any unit on my team. Like, my passing game has basically been as expected. I mean, Jamarcus Elliott got hurt, so the production's a little bit down there. Lacey's been running the ball pretty well, but, for as good of a caliber player he is, you expect him to be up there. My rush defense is absolutely garbage. Like it sucks. It's fucking 700s in yards. I don't know how I'm only in 700, but yeah. Points allowed though, we're doing pretty good there. Again, just counting the 8-game teams. We got the Bucks, we got the Packers, Colts. Yeah, Bucks, Packers, Colts, Bills, and Dolphins are tied. Bucks, Packers, and Colts. 2 undefeated teams and 1 their defense. Wild-wise. Again, it's really impressive the defense all around. Okay, AFC West. Oh boy, the Broncos. Oh boy. The disappointing team of the AFC. Some of the Chargers have the best offense in 7. Like, what the hell is going on? Yeah. Like, they're not causing a lot of turnovers. Rush defense is pretty good. So, maybe we give it that to them. And now the third down conversion, so. It's good. It's the best in their division. I guess we can give that to them. Yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and go with that. There's third down conversions. They're a good third down team. They could be better, but they're better than any other team in their division, especially the Raiders. That's the only team that really matters here. Moving on to the Raiders. They're secondary. Oh, man. They've given up more passing yards than I thought they would have. They're not getting a lot of interceptions. Honestly, given how much they've built on their secondary, you'd expect more out of that. I think the Raiders at this point, their passing game might be the most impressive part about them. It's not the best in the division. I don't know how the Chargers are on top of everyone like this. I think they've got like Matt Stafford or some shit. Still though, pretty good pass game. They got Zach Miles in his second year. They got Amari Cooper. I know they have another rookie receiver. Is slipping my mind right now. And you can see that. Their touchdown breakdown, they definitely are leaning more through the air now. Through the NFC. Packers, oh my god, they're fucking good at everything. Let's be honest. I'm actually a little surprised that they don't have more picks. I'm gonna check this. 16 interceptions though, that might actually be leading the league. It is, of course. Okay. So there's still ball hawking motherfuckers left and right. But that's the stupid thing is that's not even the best part of their offense. Look at this. 36 passing touchdowns from Rodgers. And they said they were going to move to Logan Thomas. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. You can't argue with that offense. They're so good at everything. They're 8-0 for a goddamn reason. More like 80 reasons, but yeah. Passing offense. Still the best part about that team. They can do whatever they want to you. And they do. For the Bears, man, their offense is not that good. They are not running the ball at all. But they're still scoring 34.6 points per game. Like, they have a balanced offense, I guess, to the red zone. But, yeah. The defense, nothing really stands out. The secondary is pretty good. Only 1,500 so yards allowed to 7 games. Really good pass rush, though. A lot of picks. Like, I got to go with their defense. Like, I don't know who they have starring on that, but it's working. Great pass rush. Great secondary. Defense is the strongest part about that team. No question. Now we'll get to the Panthers. Look at this shit. A 2-5 team. They played users, and they've only given up 273 yards on the ground. Like, you're 2-5. Your offense isn't that great. Like, teams should not be sitting there throwing the ball all day on you. And even when they do, 1,300 yards. The defense has been figured out already in Carolina. It's just a matter of how long it takes them to get the offense under control. Like, this is a no-brainer. Their defense is the best part about that team. You get to the Buccaneers, though, the other team in the division. Offense is really good. Yeah. Give them that. A lot of touchdowns, a lot of points per game, but it's not the most explosive offense in the league. I already said that. You go to the defense, 24 sacks. I'm like 90% sure they're leading. Oh, okay. Seahawks. They got Mount, they got Blue. I like what they're doing there. That pass rush, that defensive line, that defense, again, best part about that team. Like, both the Panthers and the Bucks are really strong on defense. It's just right now the Bucks are so good on offense that the Panthers are going to need time and catch up. Conversions, NFC East. Now, the offense for the fucking Washington Redskins. Pretty good. They're scoring points. not that explosive, and they're not that balanced, but they're good. They got a great pass rush, and they're giving up a decent chunk of points per game. Nothing really sticks out on their defense. The pass rush, the third down conversion, though. I believe they were second in the league when I went and checked for the Colts, so I'm giving that to them. That pass rush shows a close second. 20 sacks for 8 games, pretty fucking good. So yeah, we're going with third down conversion for the Redskins. We're definitely not going with it for the Eagles or Giants. I can tell you that right now. But yeah, Eagles. I'm like almost certain that it's going to come down to secondary play or the rushing game. It's the rushing game. They're up over 1,000 yards. They got 15 interceptions though. But like this offense may have the best rushing game in the NFL right now. Like let's check that. They got more yards than the Packers. Yeah, rushing game for sure. If you can beat the Packers or something, you're doing something right. All right. Giants. Oh boy. What can that makeshift team throw together that'll impress me? Not much. Not much. Red zone efficiency is pretty good. For offense, at least. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with red zone efficiency. It's 89% for them. That's a pretty good mark. Probably not the best in the league by far, but, you take it. Moving into the NFC West last division. Cardinals. Pass game. They're throwing a lot of picks, but they're getting a lot of touchdowns too. It's a lot more of an aggressive offense. Defense, not so much. Over 200 points in 8 games. Seahawks, yeah, pass rush. Leading the league in sacks. I just saw. Still good offense with Noah Farrell, though. It's finally one of the best teams. You look at the Rams, though. This is kind of where you see what I was talking about earlier when I was going through the standings. The Rams are 7-1, but you don't expect them to take the division. You look at the stats; they have played a lot of weaker teams. They're not even averaging 28 a game. Yeah, defense isn't wowing you. The rush defense is pretty damn good, though. I know they just held Tevin Graves on the, I believe, 49ers to 2 yards on 15 carries. So I'm going to go with that rush defense for the Rams. Like I said, they got Clowney in the offseason. Love Clowney. I'm a Texans fan. He's pretty fucking good. So, yeah. Okay. Now, what do we want to do here? Biggest weaknesses. Man, I don't know if I really want to do that. Okay. We're not gonna do that. That'll just take too goddamn long. Let's go look at all these Player of the Week awards. Then we'll get into the yearly stuff. Yeah, Jimmy Mack came out of the fucking gate strong. 559, 7 touchdowns, 60 rushing yards. Yeah, pretty damn good day for the rookie QB. I repeat much. Errol will continue where he left off. Haha, Clinton Dix got 2 pick sixes. And Greg Hardy got 3 sacks. Hey. We go to week 2. We got Aaron Rodgers, 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. Blake Bortles, 3 passing touchdowns, 322 yards. I guess we didn't have a lot of offense in week 2. Tony Ware on the Cowboys. I'm not sure if that guy's one of the drafted people or not. 15 tackles and a sack. Pretty good day for the CPU teams. Benarjic McKinney on the Texans. 7 tackles. A pick, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovered. That's a pretty good day. Week 3. Rodgers and Mack. You sensing a theme here. 482. 6 touchdowns for Rodgers. 386, 3 touchdowns, 27 yards, and a rushing touchdown for Mack. Kevon Webster over in Denver. 2 tackles, 2 picks, 1 for 6. Xavier Gooden in Chicago, 7 tackles, a sack, 2 picks, and a touchdown. Yeah. I'm just hoping that there's a Dolphins player on here. We got week 4. We got Jameis Winston lighting bitches up. 439. 8 touchdowns. Is that a goddamn record? Like, yeah, he's going to win that. I don't care what Rodgers did this week or what Noah Farrell did. Jameis Winston broke the goddamn single-game passing touchdown record. Give him the award. Andrew Luck over in Indy. 395, 6 touchdowns, and he fumbled. I don't know why it would include that when you're trying to award them, but whatever. Lawrence Timmons on the Saints? How is that dude even still around? Like, he should probably have a speed in the 60s at this point. 11 tackles, a pick, and a forced fumble. All right. Carlos Dunlap, just another 4-sack day. Then we get Teddy Gilbert making his first appearance. 450, 3 touchdowns. 3 rushing touchdowns. I said the guy can move. I wasn't fucking lying. Parker Hudson on the other end. 17 of 30, 263, 3 touchdowns. Again, I guess we just didn't have a lot of offense in week 5. Oh well. James Laurinaitis, 9 tackles, 2 picks, and a touchdown. The CPU Lions. Who the hell do they play? Then we got Dante Hightower, 8 tackles, 2 sacks. Hey. Patriots had a good week. Week 6, 4-8, 6 touchdowns. Yeah. Kevin Lewis coming back for New England. Goes off for 329 yards, 4 touchdowns. We got Patrick Peterson, the new Colt, getting a pick, a forced fumble, and a touchdown. Then we got DeAndre Mount picking up 5 sacks. Like, yeah. Winston on here touchdowns, and he's still one player of the week. Yeah. Ryan Mallett. Yeah, he did have a 6 touchdown game against me, or against whoever he had before me. 467 yards from Mallett. 6 touchdowns. Threw 2 picks, but whatever. Damn. Quan Alexander for the Steelers. 7 tackles, 1 pick, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. It's a pretty damn good day. No pick 6, but you take it. Xavier Gooden, 7 tackles and a pick 6. Okay. I've seen Xavier Gooden a lot. And Eddie fucking Lacy. No QBs this week. Interesting. I want to check something. We've had QBs every week so far until week 8, and then they're both halfbacks. DeMarco Murray over in Arizona. 18 carries, 88 yards, 4.9 a carry. 3 rushing touchdowns. 4 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown. Eddie Lacy, 15 carries, 192 yards, 12.8 a carry, 2 touchdowns. Yeah. You might think 15 carries, you give that guy the ball more, but honestly, I didn't have a lot of opportunity. I ran the ball more than I threw, actually. I just didn't have a lot of plays. Then we got Ben Wickery. 9 tackles and a pick 6. All right. I wanted him a free agency so he could play free safety for me, but whatever. We got Zach Thomas out of the draft anyway, so we're good. Patrick Robinson on the Jets, 9 tackles and a pick. Okay, that one was boring.